Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode I'm going to be continuing with the wire tuck on the Nissan. I did some wire tucking when I first put the engine in here. I smoothed the area here a little bit, hid some bits and pieces, put the battery in the boot so it gave me a bit more of a clear area here. And on this side I moved the fuse box behind the wing here just to neaten that up a bit. But I do want to actually tidy up a little bit more. I've done a little bit more over here. I moved the actual headlight flasher unit, which usually sits here. I moved that behind the back of the wing just here, behind there. The wiring just goes along the side down here. And this is the actual wiper control unit, which usually sits around here or there. That I want to try and put inside the cab under the dash. And then I want to probably move the wiring from this part of the loom here. You can see that, just move around the other side. Just here, neaten this up, probably tie that back underneath there, or maybe P-clip underneath the actual chassis leg here, just to tidy that up a little bit. And then I'm going to try and neaten this up around the back of here. I've got the actual cold start system behind the back of here. It was on the end of here, the throttle plenum, but I moved it to the back of the firewall. It's not an ideal spot really because it is quite in view, but I'm going to try and hide that somewhere else. Don't know where yet. And then I'm probably going to try and clean up this engine mount. I'm probably going to whip this off, sand it right back and paint it. Probably paint it red to match the rest of the car, just to give it more of a hidden sort of look. I've also made a heat shield to cover the original manifold because I hate the look of the original manifold. Unfortunately, if you saw in the previous video, the 4-branch still leaks. That's what happens with DIY, I suppose. It sometimes does it back. So I've actually put the original one back on just so I can get the car running and drive it. I've got to finish it, so I've got to drill some more holes, pop it in there. I'm not 100% happy with it. I may have to try and panel these edges around a bit too sharp on the corners. I prefer something a bit more rounded, so I'm going to have to do something with that. It's made out of stainless, so it should be quite hard wearing. It just hides the actual manifold because it is an ugly looking cast iron thing. The 4-branch was a lot prettier, a lot nicer looking, but unfortunately it didn't work very well. So I'll get one professionally made in the future. Probably a nice stainless job, something I can polish up. Enough chatter. I'll start stripping some wires out, get some nuts and bolts out, and see what we can hide. Okay, so I've released the actual loom here. It was attached to the clutch cable mounting bracket just here from this little clip here. So that's giving me a little bit more slack. So I should be able to try and get that underneath the actual chassis leg. There's not a massive amount of room there really. Would have been ideal to drill holes into the actual chassis leg and thread it all through, but if I ever do another engine swap on this, then I'll probably do that, because then I'll weld all the little holes up everywhere, which I wish I'd have done when the engine was out really, but hindsight's a wonderful thing and I don't think it looks too bad. Quite standard looking. So I'm going to try and attach that underneath there. Quite difficult to do with one hand. Under there like that. So I'm going to have to jack up the car, pop off the arch liner, and do it there. First I'm going to see if I can split part of the loom there just to extend that piece here so I can get that back in through the loom here back to the main plug there. If not, then I'll probably just attach it here, just out of the way somehow. I don't know yet, we'll see. Again, I'd like to really get rid of all the cold start as well, but that's because it does look really messy. It's very dated as well now. If I could get a better ECU, then I'd probably remove all this completely and smooth all this, have it all welded up and smoothed in, make it look a lot neater and tidier through here. But again, that's a future project. Don't think it looks too bad, just not as neat and tidy as I want. And while it's winter, I might as well get it done. I'll do as much as I can. This is a good idea, old silica gel, get this in your trainers or your wife's handbags or whatever. Stick it in your toolbox or on top of your engine, just gets any damp and goes into that. Keeps the corrosion down on your polished items, etc. Okay, I'll see what I can do with that wiper motor wiring then. So I've had a rethink and I've moved the actual wiper control unit just to here. I'm going to get rid of this old nasty carbon fibre vinyl that I put on there probably 5-6 years ago. It was a bit cheap and nasty. I'm going to paint it actually red, I think. I'm even thinking of making some sort of cover panel to actually cover this sort of section here. Probably go along this line here into the corner and down, just like a little box section, just to cover that, paint that red, just to hide all the wiring that's behind here, because it's not very pretty. And without actually doing a full engine rewire, I don't think there's any way I can actually redo that, and I don't really want to do that at this stage because I've only just got the car on the road. I don't want to start doing too much and taking it off the road again. So yes, I think I might think about that. I'll come back to that. But first of all, now I'm happy with how that sits. That sits a lot better now. Just got to make that underneath. I think I moved the earth strap that was here. There's an earth strap that came from the back of the actual plenum to here, and I moved it over here to the same earth spot as the wiper relay box. So it's just here, if you can see that. So that's neaten that area up a little bit, clean up. I'm just going to see if I can move the cold air start system. See if I can move that away, because as you stood here, if that was all cleaner along the back of there, I think it would look a lot nicer. So I'm going to see if I can either lower it further down or move it somewhere else. Where, I don't know, but we'll get to that, I think. But we're getting there. It's looking a little bit neater. See if I can get probably a single piece intake system made as well. I've still got to make a support bracket for the air filter as well. I've got the SR20 airflow meter on here now as well, which has made the car a lot better. It's a brand new item as well. It's not a 30-year-old item, which is what I was using before, which has given me no end but grief. So it should be a lot nicer with that. Looks like it's coming away from there though, so just to make sure that's sat in there properly. This rib needs a support just from here to here probably to stop it from moving about. I have been leaning on it a lot, that's probably what's pushed it open. I'll have to watch that. Okay, so what else I can do? Again, 30-year-old part. This one seems alright. I'm going to whip it off, actually give it a good clean, a bit of brake cleaner through, because it's just a little valve in there, so I'm going to see if I can clean it up and give it a bit of oil, make sure it's all working correctly. And then I'm thinking I'm probably going to mount it here, a little bolt hole there, or maybe there, it's slightly further back, and give it a shorter run for the main line in, and a shorter run to the actual cold air. So we'll go with that, I think. Okay, so I've moved my cold air start system from this area here, and I've moved it to the side of the head just there. So there's now a shorter run from the actual intake, so that should hopefully help a little bit, and it's a shorter run from there to the actual cold start as well, so I think it looks a little bit neater. Drop a comment below, tell me what you think. I think it looks okay, still not 100% how I want it. We have to reroute this somehow. I don't know, but then I don't want to pinch it too much here because then it stops the airflow. So we'll see. I think we're getting there, slowly but surely. It looks better on the back of Screw. I'll make a bracket for the speedo. I'll utilise that hole there, make a stainless bracket or an aluminium bracket to go on there, just to hold that in place. Give the paint a bit of a polish and a wax. So the next step is to sort the wire in there, just under there, and then I think I'll be happy with that for now. Okay, so I've taken the wheel off, loosened off the inner arch liner, so it'll give me access to the actual loom here. This is the actual peg there that holds the clip on from the top, so I'm probably going to attach that here, I think, to this hole here. Some of the underseal needs touching up actually, so I'll do that as well while it's all off. And then I'm going to try and tie wrap as much as I can of this under here as best I can. It needs clean under here as well, so I'll probably do that at the same time. Clean all the gearbox up, a bit dirty. And then after I've done that, I'm going to jack up the gearbox and remove the gearbox mount, engine mount, to refurb and paint that. So I'm going to grab some tie wraps and see what I can do. Okay, so I've tied up the wires, the loom out of the way as best I can. Doesn't look too bad. Have a bit of a clean around, a bit of a polish. I've done a little bit of undersealing here and there just to get rid of any little rust spots, etc. So now I'm going to bolt that back in, but first I think I will definitely jack up the gearbox and take that mount off. So that's the next job. Right, okay, there we go. That's the gearbox mount off. So I'm going to actually strip all this down to its component parts, give it a really good clean. Change some of the nuts and bolts, I think. Something a bit better in there, I'll clean that up. And paint that red to match the rest of the car. So I'm going to take this on the bench, strip it all down, get as much paint off as I can, then edge prime it and do some high gloss on there. But I'm going to save that for the next video because it's actually still pouring with rain here. So it's going to be a little bit too damp and too cold to paint. So I'll leave that for the next episode. So if you've liked this video, and found it useful and interesting, please like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Cheers!